When the Los Angeles Chargers made the unexpected decision to part ways with their star edge rusher, Joey Bosa, on March 5th, it sent ripples through the NFL. Given the Bosa brothers' storied family legacy, all eyes immediately turned to the San Francisco 49ers, where Joey's younger sibling, Nick Bosa, has established himself as one of the league's top defensive players. The speculation was easy to make. Could the two elite pass rushers finally unite on the same defense? For a moment, it seemed like a real possibility. Nick Bosa himself even allowed himself to entertain the thought, if only briefly. In a recent conversation with reporters, Nick admitted that at one point he thought there was a chance his brother might join him on the 49ers' already terrifying defensive front. Maybe for 5 minutes on the phone with, maybe, I can't say that, but maybe for a moment, Nick said with a smile, as reported by David Bonilla of 49erswebzone.com. However, as quickly as the dream surfaced, reality set in. The business side of the NFL, with its contracts, negotiations, and team needs, ultimately won out. Joey Bosa ended up signing a one-year, $12.6 million deal with the Buffalo Bills, a decision that shocked some but made sense to those who understood the financial and roster dynamics at play. Despite the brief hope of reuniting on the field, Nick Bosa took the news with a mature perspective. "Business is business, and I'm happy for him," Nick said. "He's got a pretty good opportunity over there." There was no sense of disappointment or resentment in Nick's voice, just the understanding that this is the nature of the NFL. The business side of football is unforgiving, and even the most exciting of family reunions can't overcome the financial realities of the league. For Nick, the thought of playing alongside his older brother would have been a dream come true. Both Bosa brothers hail from Ohio State University, where they made their names as dominant forces on the defensive line. However, fate had other plans, with Joey leaving Columbus in 2015, a year before Nick would even step onto campus. The two brothers have often spoken about their shared love for the game and their desire to one day play together in the NFL, but their professional paths never quite lined up in the way they imagined. While they've spent years playing in the league at the same time, their careers have largely unfolded separately. For Nick, joining the 49ers as the second overall pick in 2019 was a pivotal moment in his young career, culminating in a Defensive Player of the Year award in 2022. Meanwhile, Joey, drafted by the Chargers in 2016, has built his own legacy as one of the fiercest edge rushers in the game. Despite their individual success, they've never been able to share the field in an NFL game. Now, with Joey's move to the Bills, that dream remains just that, a dream. The 49ers, of course, are no strangers to elite defensive talent. With Nick anchoring one of the most formidable pass rushes in the league, paired with a defensive unit that includes Fred Warner, Talanoa Hufanga, and the ever-intimidating Javon Hargrave, the Niners remain one of the top Super Bowl contenders in the NFC. But adding Joey Bosa to that mix would have been a terrifying prospect for opposing offenses. A 49ers defense featuring the Bosa brothers would have been a nightmare scenario for quarterbacks and offensive coordinators alike. With Nick already one of the most disruptive pass rushers in the league, adding Joey would have given the Niners one of the most potent edge-rushing duos in NFL history. Imagine the havoc they could have caused, constantly pressuring the quarterback, collapsing the pocket, and wreaking havoc on offensive lines. However, the NFL is a business, and while fans were dreaming of a potential Bosa brothers reunion, the financial realities quickly emerged. For Buffalo, bringing in Joey Bosa on a one-year deal made perfect sense. The Bills have been all in on building a championship roster around quarterback Josh Allen, and adding a talent like Joey Bosa to their defense immediately strengthens their ability to compete in the stacked AFC. For Joey, it's also a great opportunity. The Bills' defense has the potential to be one of the most dominant in the league, and with Bosa's ability to rush the passer, he could be the missing piece that propels Buffalo back to the Super Bowl. The move to Buffalo also reunites Joey with familiar faces, including former Ohio State teammate Von Miller, which could be a boon for both players as they work together to create chaos on opposing quarterbacks. Nick Bosa, on the other hand, isn't focused on what could have been. His eyes are set firmly on the 49ers' upcoming season.